For as long as I can remember, the idea of home has always been extremely important to me. Especially, I would say, once I had my own place, right? When I moved out, when I think I was about 20 years old, that first apartment, it was of such an immense value to me for a lot of reasons. And I cared deeply about that space and how it felt and how I felt within it. And in my 20s, I really spent a lot of time kind of bopping around from place to place, but most of those places were still ultimately my home and places that I had the ability to make feel like home. There was a period where I was flipping houses and I lived in 6 different places over the course of 3 different years. And again, they were all my place in one sense or another. It was either an apartment that I would have for 6 months or a flip house for 6 months. And while that was cool and a very cool opportunity and something that I will never really take for granted as just how much value it gave me in life overall, not just money, really barely money was the benefit, more the life experience to do those things and the confidence it gave me. But I also spent time jumping around and traveling because I was playing in a band. And we would tour, never for super long. You know, the van felt like home to some degree, but never quite in the same way. First of all, I was sharing it with 5 or 6 other guys. That was enough for it to not really feel that much like home at times. But while it was home for us, it wasn't necessarily the single home for me. And then I also had a bit of a time where I lived in an Airstream trailer. And an Airstream, if you don't know, they're kind of those shiny, round RV travel trailer type things. Very cool. I gutted it, I renovated it, and I was really proud of what I turned it into. And I always say that was really cool until it wasn't. And then, so when all of a sudden that wasn't cool, right, it became really uncool to me in a way that I did not expect, and I don't think I've experienced ever since. And when I reflect on it, it's because all of a sudden I didn't feel rooted, and home didn't feel completely sacred to me. Home felt like a little bit of a burden and pretty inconvenient overall. I was living in my friend's backyard. I had to move from there. I moved to some people's like kind of larger, maybe like 5 or 10 acre lot, you know, where they had their home in northern, like just north of the Twin Cities. It was fine. And then from there I had to move to like an Airstream lot, which was kind of cool, just aesthetically. But I had to move there, which was probably about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on traffic, to where I was working at the time. But which that on itself wouldn't be that bad. I actually really like to drive, as you probably have seen on this channel. But what I had to do was I would drive to work in the morning, usually an 8 a.m. start. So that's like leaving at 6:30, got to work. I would work from 8 to 5, I think is how it was. Sometimes 8 to 6. It was in the film world, and so they were really long days. And from there, I would drive to St. Paul, which was about a 45-minute drive where we had a rehearsal space. And I would probably get there, you know, around 7. We would rehearse from 7 until 10, and rehearse also just meant like writing music in a space, 7 till 10, and then I would leave there, and that's, you know, another hour and a half, if not more, home to that Airstream lot. And the truth is, home just felt like a place that I slept at that point. You know, right now I'm working on a listing video and kind of the marketing materials for a listing that we have coming up. You've probably seen me try to, you know, hunt for antiques and kind of cool staging items for these houses, and some of which I'm using in this house. It's 1309 Arlington Avenue in St. Paul. It's this beautiful house, and just cool from top to bottom, and really just trying to market the heck out of this home. It got me thinking about kind of the angle for some of these videos and some of the content that I can make on it. But it's kind of funny, I've never had this much of like a true deep reflection on the idea of home, right? Like what is it about a house like this that makes you obsessed, right? Like, what is it about a house like this that makes somebody so drawn to it? You know, obviously, like the way this place is situated right on Coma Park right here, so cool. The house itself, architecturally beautiful, somewhat European feeling at times, and then just like undeniably cool on the inside. Those things really got me thinking about this. So as always, I want to say thanks for watching this channel and kind of just being along for the ride on these maybe less typical conversations, these less typical videos. But yeah, I hope that this has you thinking. Okay, we'll get back to the video. And so really at the end of that period, I felt like I just didn't have a place to truly call home. I didn't have anywhere to put roots in. I didn't have anywhere that I felt calm at the end of the day. It was really there in that kind of tumultuous, 6 months or so, where I didn't feel like I had a true home. I felt like I had a place to sleep, and other places I went, but I didn't really feel like I had a home, that I truly started to understand. I guess what I think about now, I didn't know how much I valued home until I didn't feel like I had one, Absence makes the heart grow fonder, and that really, really cemented that for me. But home isn't just a house. It's not just 4 walls and a roof and the lot that it's on. The right home will actually kind of change how you think. It'll change how you feel. And to me, it'll help to temper the emotional side of you. It will help to kind of keep you in rhythm and keep you, calmed and centered. But the fact that I loved living in the Airstream, which was small, about 200 square feet, it was short, it was cold. Honestly, I really enjoyed living there inside the space. But when the rootedness of that place got completely taken away, it just like completely evaporated, that is when it occurred to me that really home isn't just the house. It's not the 4 walls and the roof, or in that case, the tin, the tin enclosure. That home is really more about where that home sits in the world, or at least it's equal parts the house and the 4 walls and the roof and everything inside of it, and how that makes you feel inside, and where that home exists in the world as it relates to, honestly, the rest of your life. And I think that the right house will ultimately change the way that you feel, it will change the way that you think, and it will kind of change the way you're capable of operating from day to day. And for the record, I do actually believe that every person, every family, whatever, there's multiple homes that would be a perfect home for them. I think very few homes are true unicorns. And if you do need a unicorn home, okay, you'll have a harder time finding a perfect home. But I think the nature of a perfect home is something that you make it. I think a perfect piece of architecture isn't home until you make it home. A perfect piece of architecture in a landscape that you don't want to live, not a perfect home. A perfect lot where it's unbuildable and you can't build a home that functions for you, also not a perfect place, right? Not a perfect lot, not a perfect home, certainly. For me, a perfect house makes me feel calm. But that's because I value calm so much. And again, maybe it has something to do with my childhood, right? And the way that I grew up, which was calm at times, was steady across time, but was not always the calmest place. I was the youngest of 4, etc. But for me, a place, the perfect house, makes me feel calm. But I do not pretend to think that the perfect house for everybody would be a house that makes them feel calm. I think some people are so calm by their very nature and very, very subdued, that a calming house would not be the right fit. A calming house would almost double down too much on the thing that they do naturally. They might need a home that inspires, that excites. And while I do feel that, I do want a home that inspires me. I want a home that inspires me because it makes me feel so grounded and so kind of mentally blanketed, right? Mentally calm, that I can then go out and do whatever it is that I want to do in the day. And to me, home kind of exists on multiple levels, right? There's the immediate home, the inside the home, the walls, the lot, right? The property that you own or that you rent, all super important. Then there's the immediate neighborhood. Like this house is actually in Como Park, beautiful neighborhood, right? And with really lovely homes. And zoom out a little further than that, actually, it's directly across the street from Como Park, which is beautiful, right? It's a place that I'm spending a lot of my time in making this video. And then zoom out even more, St. Paul, right? Zoom out even more, Minnesota. And to me, those are the things where you go, that's home, that's home, that's home. And they're all equally important because they kind of help to inform each other. Oddly enough, maybe ironically even, the lesson that took me the longest to learn, to really truly understand, and maybe this is a lesson that life teaches you over and over again, is, well, first of all, you think you have it figured out, you don't. That's a lesson I've learned, I don't know, dozens of times, at least, throughout life. But the lesson that I think that I've learned as it pertains to home is that a home is, for one thing, it's about the inside of the home and how it makes you feel, and the lot, and your backyard, and where you get to hang out. But it's also about the neighborhood, of course, but it's as much about those things as it is about the company you keep, right? Your friends, your family, your loved ones, your partner, your pets. And while friends are in your life kind of constantly, but also not literally constantly, not throughout the day constantly, you start to hang out with your partner the most. Once you have kids, you start to see your kids until they move out, then you see them less, right? There's kind of all those relationships that ebb and flow. And to me, that's a really beautiful thing. And it's something that some people maybe struggle with, the idea that their kid will grow up someday. I understand to some degree. I understand that pain or that discomfort or discordance almost, but I think it's all a beautiful thing, and the company you keep is so important. And for me right now, obviously it's Chris and Oscar, it's our two cats, Doug and Big Mac, and it's about the quiet mornings, the quiet evenings, the day trips, the longer road trips. We have a honeymoon and a wedding coming up very, very soon here. And it's about the family that's attending those. It's about the friends that we get to hang out with, leading up to it. That's home, And while I value the structure of the home itself, and it is truly sacred to me, I believe that it's a backdrop to a beautiful life. And it's when I when I watch the movie of my life back, which sometimes is literally things I've made videos about, right? So to some degree, it's literally a movie. But when I watch those back, it's the setting, right? And the setting is sacred because the movie of my life and our family and all that lives within it. And that's why it's sacred. And that's a pretty beautiful thing.